I'm not going live. I'm not doing it. You can't make me.
I don't. How would you? I don't know. I mean, Perry would be streaming it, right? To us, but bless you. Hey, twinning. Perry would be streaming to us, so I guess you could stream that, but.
Right, I have to show you guys the game. There you go.
You don't have to do anything. You could just leave it there. You could even not even show the viewers the game. You could just like have it be like wide. In fact, what if we don't do a reading? You stream Doki Doki Literature Club. It's just a black screen and it has like a little star saying you did it on it.
Something seems very off about this.
Nah, man, that's totally normal.
No. We'll give it a few minutes for people to get the notification and arrive.
Wait, which part seems different? I don't.
Look,
No,
what are you talking about?
I only see 3 people. I thought there was 4.
Nah, man.
Oh.
What? What do you mean?
It's always been 3 people.
There's only 4 club members, and you're playing one of them.
Yeah.
It's true. I don't know what you're talking about, Keep. Not Keep. What the fuck's your name? Cyber?
That's okay. You can forget my name all you want.
Dope. Don't do that.
What is that? Like your kink?
Probably.
Being forgotten? No, it's my worst fear.
How are we literally a minute and 30 seconds into this recording, and we're already talking about kinks?
Well, hey, some people have like fear kinks. I don't know.
Some people have really fucking weird kinks.
Some people want to be afraid for their life and well-being whenever they have sex. Some people can't. Some people can't get anywhere without it. Now, speaking of some people that are like that.
Hi, Kibo.
How does that Kibo? You calling yourself out right now?
I haven't met any of them, but I'm sure they exist. Wait a minute. I wasn't gonna say me.
The way you were leading up to it.
It really did, though, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, to be honest,
I haven't met anyone until I looked in the mirror, but that doesn't count.
The mirror scares me because I see someone more beautiful than me.
Is it me?
It's you.
I get that.
It's not me.
Them damn specters living on the other side of the mirror.
It looks like me, but it doesn't have any mental illness.
Oh, come on!
That's all it is. We're all just mentally ill. Just to varying degrees.
Like-minded people attract like-minded people.
Pain? Is that what it is? It's a pain.
I'm in pain right now. Holy fuck.
Last night I was experiencing this emotion where it felt like I wanted to sink into the floor, and I still haven't really figured that one out.
Lust.
What?
No, I think that's just depression.
What? Lust?
Yeah.
I haven't felt lust in a very long time.
You want to change that, Kiba?
What are you offering? Wiggles eyebrows.
Wiggles eyebrows. Well, I feel like I can't offer anything now because you wiggled eyebrows. I feel like I feel like I have to offer you something.
Well, I don't know. You're the one who's like, want to change that? What? That it's like, yeah, I guess I could independently, but why do you have to ask me if I want to change that at that point? I could just do it.
I don't know, bro.
I
mean goldfish. I mean goldfish.
You're just a goldfish.
I'm gonna take this one back.
You're a goldfish, and speaking of kinks.
Right, next time I go to the grocery store, I need to see if those other goldfish are on the shelves yet.
Anybody want to bang?
The Old Bay ones. They're making Old Bay goldfish.
Old Spice?
Old Bay.
Old Spice.
No,
Yeah, I like that
deodorant.
string. I like that string title.
Yeah?
That was pretty good.
What's the stream? Oh.
At a certain point, it'll just turn into Kibo fan cam, but
Hello, Silver. Hello, Langren.
hello, gamers.
Hello, gamers.
I just want to warn you, Perry.
Mm-hmm.
The day that I annoy you with channel point redeems is going to be amazing because I'm at 83k.
Ooh.
I will
Is that what we're gonna
see-
do?
I'll see
just
if
let
I
me
can
know.
make it worth your time.
I only have 20K because I don't open Twitch to do anything but show my own damn face.
I just lurk.
Yeah,
I'm sitting at 30.
I hardcore lurk.
I almost bought this game the other day, but Bindi was more tempting. You can get more play out of Bindi, realistically.
So there's a free version of this game, so...
Depending. I mean, I played through Bendy and it was like a solid like 5-6 hours of gameplay, and then that was it.
That was it? God.
To be fair, we're at like 8+ hours in Doki Doki, but that's our own fault.
Because we keep fucking around.
Because we're having fun.
I was born like this. Don't say
We
it's
know.
my fault. Oh.
Alright, we're at the 5-minute mark. Cyber, would you like to give a TLDR of your experience thus far?
Yeah.
A recap,
Mhm.
even.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
So, MC, you know, he's just average fella. He just wants to get out in the world, get some mad puss.
Mhm.
And he thinks the best way to do so is by going to a club. And then he runs into Redacted, and they introduce him to the book club. He then slowly realizes that he's not cut out for it because he's stupid as shit.
Also,
But it's fine because
All right,
everyone
all
still,
right, all
you know,
right.
wants
Let's
him
see
for
what
some
we've
god
got.
fucking reason.
Double digits whoop whoop.
So you got not is it Natsuki?
Bobsky? Sure.
Yeah, Bubsky. Played by our lovely savior here. Loves cupcakes, whey protein, and
Games.
making sure people feel bad about themselves.
You're
Then you
forgetting
got-
a key part of her character.
Protein?
Am I?
I feel
Yeah.
like we got a pretty solid one of protein there.
What?
What am I missing?
Wait, hold on. I don't want to say it. I'm a little nervous now because I made jokes about this last time.
It's been a long time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how sometimes dads...
Where's this conversation going?
I don't know.
Everybody else kind of worried about it?
I'm very concerned. Continue with the recap.
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
Okay. So then is it Yuri? Is that her name?
Yes.
Okay.
Yuri and
Um,
Garglebog.
Mm-hmm. So there's Yuri, fucking psychopath. Loves to slaughter bunnies for blood sacrifice to her deity to get bigger boobs. Complete bimbo. Let's be honest here. She very much wants to sacrifice the MC, but you know, very much under the radar. That's played by me. I do a pretty good job, I'd have to say. I feel like I capture her very well.
Very well.
There is a character, so I made the joke of Redacted. There was Sayori. She was very much like hardcore crush on MC. Very depressed.
Who's
Tried very
Sayori?
hard. So then there was Monica.
Robot?
Monica is just robot. Monica I think is Overlord, but I don't know. I'm very terrified of Monakibo, played by lovely Kibo.
Only Monakibo.
You guys
Only
like
Monakibo.
Popeyes?
Yes.
Oh, cool. I have Arby's.
Fair enough.
Arby's has this orange and cream like milkshake, so I'm drinking it.
Is that like the creamsicle one?
Yes, orange and cream. Yes, yes, and it tastes like the name.
Well, thank God it doesn't just taste like the second half.
It tastes very good. What's the second half?
Well, you said it's orange and cream.
So, I think our save point is midday. I think we're like in the middle of a day in our recent save.
Because we did a full... Well, okay, all jokes aside, we did a full reset.
It's been a
And
good bit.
That's how weeks happen. You reset after several days.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Like I said before, I don't remember how my voice feels whenever I do
It'll come back to you.
Monica, and also I have allergies, so we'll just see.
I know my voice is gonna kill me, so I have this giant ass cup of water I made sure to grab beforehand.
Oh, already I can tell you that we're doing the thing where the screen is zooming in.
Don't say that.
Oh,
Oh.
it is. Alrighty. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little bit more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the classroom, the usual scene greets me.
Welcome back, Jen!
Ah, hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk. And surprisingly, Monica isn't here yet.
It's a trap.
Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the classroom.
About yesterday, I really need to apologize, but not Natsuki. Fuck that bitch! Nothing like this ever happened before. Totally out of character, I promise.
Right, the argument happened last time. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. I don't normally anyway, but it's okay. Please don't think we're usually like this. I just hate her guts. Not just me, but Natsuki as well, even though she's kind of a bitch.
Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. I never would have expected that out of you. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here for a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe there was just a little bit sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way that you could be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it.
Bury the chain. Don't say those kinds of things so frankly.
I mean, look at you. You're as innocent as a butterfly.
You shouldn't say that after you see all the buckets of blood in my house. It makes me a little too happy.
That's weird.
It makes you hard to sacrifice. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Do you want some tea? It's sleepy tea. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around. And... sorry, what am I saying right now?
Are you flirting with me?
No!
Keep it in your pants.
Fuck you, Natsuki! I just...
Hey! Have you guys seen Monica?
No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was.
Probably charging herself.
I was gonna make that fucking joke, you bitch, take it back!
Never! Beaten to the punch. Yuri, do you know where she charges?
I don't know, Tesla station or some shit?
Yuri is clearly taken back by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her.
No, I haven't, bitch.
This isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I feel like she's watching us.
She might be. Wait, is that her in the window?
What?
I'm just trying to make sure that you're reading your lines properly.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Thanks, Monakibo.
Natsuki, about yesterday. I just just wanted to apologize. Not really. I promise I didn't mean any of the things that I said, but I did. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on, you stupid slut. So,
Yuri, what the hell are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Are you on drugs?
no!
Do we need to get you tested?
No proof!
Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you?
Line! Line!
Good job, Natsuki, for reading your lines properly. Yuri, try it.
But...
I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kinda nice to hear since I was always afraid of you secretly hating me or something like that.
Harkle Pog, be merciful. No, not at all. I don't hate you.
Well, you're kinda weird, but I don't hate you either.
God save me.
Natsuki turns to me.
Still got my eyes on you though, Perry.
Why? What did I do? Suddenly,
Red
the door
Berry
swings
Jack.
open.
Sorry, I'm super sorry.
Ah, there you are, Monica.
I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything.
Nah, we weren't worried. I just hope the next update, didn't treat you too badly.
What?
Well, I mean, Natsuki was worried.
I was not.
You're so weird.
Ah ha 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 ha.
What took you so long anyway?
Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. Ah ha ha ha.
Don't you have a built-in clock?
Cock's
That
gun.
makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least.
Well, when you can see and hear everything in the universe, it makes it a little hard to pinpoint specific sounds.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I must not have heard it since I was practicing my piano.
Piano? Is that from like your media player or something?
No, it's a piano.
I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica.
Ah, don't give me more credit than I deserve.
Okay.
Please give me more credit than that, though. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet.
Still.
I said that.
require a lot of dedication. So I'm still impressed. Not really.
Well, I'm very dedicated to my craft. Just look at what I did to Natsuki here.
What do you mean by that?
Well, thanks, Yuri.
You should play something for us sometime.
Working as planned. Ah ha ha ha, that's
Monica looks at me.
Pepe smile. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once we get to the credits. Maybe once I get a little better.
That sounds cool.
Did you just say the credits?
I look forward to it. What's a credit?
Did you just say the credits?
Like what you need for college. Is that so?
We're in high school.
It's like what you need in high school too. Sorry. My bad. Sorry.
Like the story.
In that case, I won't let you down, Perry the Chad.
Monica smiles sweetly.
base meow.
I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that.
Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently.
Are you flirting with me?
No, someone has to make the music for the game.
I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me.
Just you.
In that case, best of luck.
Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I?
Not really. Yuri was apologizing about yesterday, which is kind of weird. Natsuki's acting normal, though.
I didn't ask for your whole life story. I've already fucking seen it.
I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about.
Don't worry. I already heard about it.
Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet.
I've never seen anyone go back into the closet.
Bury the Chad! Since your compliments put me in such a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. Maybe go in my basement, or my cellar. I mean, in the club, of course.
Yeah, definitely. Here, the club. With witnesses.
I have secret tunnels.
I planned on it anyway.
Okay! Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. I think it's Gogglebug trying to claw itself out.
Maybe you're just having a heart attack. Don't worry too much on it. You're stressing. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy.
Yeah. I haven't felt like this since the last time I had a sacrifice. I mean, a friend. But I need to try and calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this.
Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath and then pulls a copy of the book out of her bag.
Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if we make some tea first?
That fucking sleepy tea!
Just drink the tea, babe!
Not at all.
Thanks very much.
If only it was sleepy tea.
If there's one thing that can make me if only it was sleepy tea. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. I think you'd agree you should drink some. Not to mention for yourself as well, see?
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, with a kind of filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure.
If you hear ticking, I swear it's okay.
Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electronic kettle.
I'm going to plug this into the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water. Don't try to run anywhere.
I was so expecting you to just leave it at, I'm gonna go plug this in at the teacher and then I'll go get some water.
I'm not the teacher.
She walks past me and
Monica,
sets the kettles down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms.
Doesn't look like she has any anxiety.
Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears to be elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Or did you lose it? Okay, cool, thanks. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
I might as well walk with you.
No, it's okay. I'd like to know where my targets are. I mean, friends. You just stay here. It won't take long.
Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom.
Did Yuri leave you again?
No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea.
Oh, okay. P.S. Don't look too closely at the water she brings back. I mean, sorry for misunderstanding. Teleports.
10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long.
Phases
Is
through
something
the
holding
floor.
her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be near the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway.
Who
This is
reads
you.
this? Okay.
Yeah.
Ha! Ha! Ha!
It's not. That sounds like a laugh. It's not.
It's heavy breathing.
No, I know, but that's how I have it breathe.
What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. Trigger warning for anyone who's unawares.
Children, close your eyes.
This is your time to leave.
What?
Clutch your pearls.
3, 2, 1. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone sucking the air through their teeth.
What the fuck is
Are they in
happening?
pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri?
Ah!
I can't read this fast.
I'm back! Thanks for waiting patiently. I'm glad you didn't go anywhere. That would have been bad. Oh, fuck.
You good, Cyber?
Oh, fuck.
I don't think he's okay right now.
Barry in the chat, you like your lung tea.
How's the whiplash, buddy?
My brain feels like it just got sent back in time or something.
You get used to it after
yeah.
a while.
Anything is fine.
Very well.
Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees.
Don't question why the water's red. Now it's time to get the teapot.
You really do this properly, don't you?
Of course I do. It's a ritual. I shouldn't do any less than making tea for others. Because if I do, Gogglebog will eat my organs.
I mean, some people just call it tea. I don't think it has to be a ritual. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything, it just seems a little weird.
I'm sorry. I don't think you understand who does the rituals around here. In that case, you'll... In that case, you'll only be even more impressed.
Ah, perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. Must be in a really good mood now.
Is that so?
Nothing feels better than getting away with it.
I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. And I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. Especially when there's this robotic deity nearby that always gives me a line to say. I mean, when it's you who's around anyway.
Ah, that's great, Yuri.
Did I do good, Monica?
Just don't push yourself too much.
Achoo. That's weird. I sneezed.
I think she has a virus or something. You're always worrying about me, Perry the Chad. It's very endearing. No one really does that. I mainly kill them before they get to that point, though.
Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us.
Perry the Chad, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
But there's like 26 seats in here.
I just wish you get as close to the ground as possible before you're 6 feet under.
Why is that? Wait, what?
What? It's just a little bit easier on my back is all. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. It's so much easier.
Ah, sorry, I didn't realize.
She could just read with her back against the chair.
I'm not a robot who can just keep my back straight, not a
It's the
keyboard.
Garglebog tits, man. They weigh a ton.
It's true. I sold my soul and my heart for each of them.
Funnily enough, I thought that your sins would be heavier than your tits, but I guess I was wrong.
The only thing that weighs more than my tits is my sins. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it from the case of my mountainous tits.
Is that so?
Yeah,
I
they're
can carry
fucking
them
huge.
for you. I wonder why that is.
It's because my massive tits. It's most likely because of my massive tits.
Your posture, right?
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Always hunched over like that while reading?
Yeah, because of my tits. I have terrible reading posture on the account of my massive tits. So that's why we should sit on the floor.
I don't know anything about back pain, but I once had a friend who had pain in the brain, and she went to Home Depot once.
I'll go ahead and go get the book.
What friend is that, Monikibo?
I retrieved the book from my bag. Oh, I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other.
That's kind of gay. I mean, I can't see too well.
Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Her massive tits are so close.
Are you talking about my massive tits?
Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle.
Your teacup.
Yuri hands me my teacup.
Yes, your teacup. Your
Holy-
teacup.
You just wanted to say the word teat.
It's programmed.
Tit, I mean tits, I mean fuck!
Mommy?
Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I have to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest.
My massive tits.
Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want.
Oh, that's okay. I won't take any. I'm allergic to chocolate.
Are you sure? I mean, they're dark chocolate. They're healthy for you.
Well,
No.
if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages.
You know what? You're right. Chocolate and books,
Eyes
they
up,
don't
Guardian.
match. Little Monica X, hello, thank you.
What?
Little
She
Monica
spreads the
X.
We're fucked!
My bad.
I didn't even think about that. My bad.
No need to apologize, just don't do it again. I'll hold the book, okay?
Are you sure? I mean, like, I can still hold it with my other hand.
I got something you got. Of course!
Hello there.
Hello, Monica. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her arm is left practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and I pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks.
Did
Hey, hey!
did I just
Yuri looks at me as if she needs to confirm what just happened. Hello, Carmine. Hello, Kirk.
bury the Chad?
Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily.
I can't bury the Chad.
Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup
That
gets
hard?
knocked over.
You grabbed it that hard?
Bury the Chad. My heart. My heart won't stop pounding. Bury the Chad. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it? Bury the Chad.
Yuri
you
suddenly
feel
presses my hand against her chest.
These are my massive tits. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. Where'd the music come from? And if it makes me not want to read, I just want to look at you. No. I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. Guys, this is so funny. You just, oh my god!
My bad. I accidentally turned the wrong dial. It's time to share poems.
Who should I show my poem to first? Who should we go, chat? we'll give Cyber a moment to evaluate his settings.
What the fuck is happening?
Always Monica last, so I guess that just leaves Natsuki.
Okay.
It's very true. We'll go check up on Natsuki real quick.
Natsuki.
Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. But I can't really say it's any better either.
Phew.
Huh? Phew what?
Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling that you're probably the most critical when it comes to judging my poems.
Hey, what makes you look, first off, it's still a train wreck, but maybe it was a compliment. Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing, and maybe someday you'll be as good as me.
That's, something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point.
Just make sure you find a little bit of influence from everyone. I think you're being influenced by Yuri a little too much.
What makes you say that?
Well, I mean, I know you've been, like, spending time with her or whatever.
She makes this great tea.
Be careful of the tea. And you know, Monica and I are just good as her anyway.
Damn.
At poems, I mean.
Well, so you're not that great
Not
making
the tab.
tea.
Damn.
But I'm really good at protein shakes.
That's fair,
But
I
you
guess.
You should try to learn something, or you're never gonna get better. Here's the one I wrote. I'll make sure you learn something from it. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her friend's hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off with spider lovers, and I'm gonna tell everyone.
This is actually all just a metaphor for hating lesbians.
Oh my god.
And not bad, right?
It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's.
I don't like spiders. And
This kind of feels more like a confession.
I was just warming up anyway. It could have been way longer. And I also need to make sure you don't think that was the best I could do. I gotta do it in levels.
No, of course not.
Anyway, this is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it.
Yeah, I just did.
Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk.
I thought
Oh.
it was about spiders.
I mean, yeah, the ignorant jerk hates lesbians.
Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure.
Like hating lesbians.
I mean, that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you.
Like being a lesbian.
But that just makes people stupid.
It's true. It's stupid to hate lesbians.
Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy?
At the end of the day, gay rights.
I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Such as two of the girls in this very club whom I respectfully won't name.
Lesbians?
there's only 2 in the room, Natsuki.
Yuri. Robot bitch. Kind of ironic that even in my one place of comfort, I can't even have people respect me. And now you're making me explain too much. Complain too much, whatever, it's the same fucking thing.
What did I do? For what
Not
it's
hate
worth,
lesbians.
I respect you.
Well, I guess thanks. But it's kind of obvious that you respect Yuri more, so...
No. You're miscalculating respect with appreciation to the upper torso means.
Yeah,
Like my
I get
massive
it. You're
tits!
horny. We're done sharing. Go away.
Basically, your tits aren't big enough anyway. Have some free body dysmorphia for Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Your
Body dysmorphia.
part of your body isn't good enough. Happy
That's-
birthday.
That's what Santa gives you every year now instead of coal.
Is that why I don't get presents anymore?
Oh no!
It all makes sense now.
It's cause you've got too big a tits and you've made a dark pact with Golemog.
It's Gogglebug! Fuck
I
you!
don't give a shit, he's weak.
It's Monica.
Let's see what you've written for today.
Donkey.
Yeah.
Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it?
It's shit, Barry the Chad. I mean, this is even better than yesterday's.
No, it's not.
Shut up! How did you even pick up on this so quickly?
Technically.
But
I
she's
just
a
love
saint.
the visual representation of Yuri and Natsuki yelling at each other across the classroom.
Technically, if you make a piece of shit smellier, you improved something.
Hello, Lucky.
Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why. You did such a good job explaining, you know? Like the little sprinkles on top. I really wanted to try giving it more imaginary.
You still can't touch my massive tits.
Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty.
That makes me so happy.
Okay, well calm down, because last time you got happy, things got weird.
It makes me so happy.
Calm down. You need to bring that 8 to a 5. Ma'am, we are in public. Ma'am.
You still can't touch my massive tits.
Brain!
Fuck you, second. Everything right is a treasure to me. My heart pounds just holding it. And pounding.
A
And
test
pounding.
of your reflexes.
I want to write a poem about this feeling. Is that bad, Barry the Chad? I'm not being weird, right? I'm having a harder time than usual at concealing my emotions. Kind of embarrassed, actually. But right now, I just want you to read my poem, too. Okay? Why is she gotta have fucking cursive, bro? Why is it gotta be so much?
To here. Yeah, it's...
Oh my
Okay,
god.
so there you go. There's your poem.
Do you like the stains?
Wait, there's Oh yeah, huh. It's from the blood of the rabbits yesterday, don't worry. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding. What the fuck?
Bolt head.
Bolt head. I can't read cursive that well like this. Linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world, cargo box world. A thin rope tied to a thick what? No, nape?
Tied to a thick rope.
It looks like an A. A love. Parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, cargo box, my bad, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood. Yeah, it is.
You wrote this.
Listen! I may have printed it out.
Well, next time just print it. Period. With your hand.
Listen. A prayer written in time devouring snakes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with human eyes. A thread connecting all living human eyes. A kaleidoscope of holy stakes. Exponential gearbox. A sky of exploding stars. God disposing of the existence of God. What? Oh, no. Disprove. Okay. God disproving the existence of God. A wheel rotating in 6 dimensions. What the fuck
40.
does that... 40 gears and a ticking clock. A clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. A clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time. A bolthead of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks. A time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and an open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox.
You got this, buddy.
Breathing bolthead, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, beautiful, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel.
Yay!
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. The only reason I kept on fucking up on reading is because the screen is small for me. And so like I kept losing my place and I'd go back and then I'd misread it and I'm like, oh fuck. And then like I had to get help to figure out what word I was on.
I have it full screen.
I don't have it full screen, and I should. Because I forgot that it goes into small worded poems.
Small screen man.
Small screen man. It doesn't really matter what it's about, because I don't even fucking know. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. Ah! That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and then I forgot about it. I just really like the way that it writes. So I wrote this poem with it. And now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened?
Nope, it's recorded.
Fuck! You can get the poem, though. I don't need it. I had so many strunks.
Harry the Chad, nice pen. Is that piss I smell on it?
You know, now that you point it out, it does smell different.
I think you saw something you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you.
Man.
Which shouldn't be a problem in itself. But when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife.
Weird flex, but okay.
It's true.
Don't have interest in this girl. See, she cuts herself. See? Don't have interest in this girl. I can tell you about how Natsuki's dad beats her too. Just Monica. She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that.
Oh no, man, I you know what? When I get bored, I just find the nearest sharp object.
Stop. Get some help. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing.
Are you flirting with me?
Pepe smile.
I'll stab you, Monica!
But I will delete you from the universe.
What's that supposed to mean?
I will kill you first. Normally. Like a person does.
Monica just, ahaha, human things. Finger guns.
Sweet baby Ray's barbecue sauce.
What? You mean you guys don't know everything like I do? Weird. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. What I'm saying is, you're toxic. And you should feel bad.
This is your fault.
I mean, I'm not saying it's your fault, though. I mean...
I didn't do nothing.
But I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. Did you take notes? Let me read. So I think if you keep your distance, then that would probably be best for her. She's depressed and cuts herself, so please stay away from her so that way she can get better. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head, and I know how to treat my club members.
Man, Monica, that's kind of mean.
Fuck you, Monica!
Anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too.
Poor Perry the Chat is always at fault, huh?
Save me. The colors, they won't. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent. Grating. Waveform. Leaving, reaching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a knife on a breathing rib cage. And delete her.
I think she ran out of printer ink.
Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract.
Literally.
I'm just trying to, well, Never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything.
Hey, Natsuki, who the fuck is she talking to?
I'm trying not to listen.
Please help me. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
I've never seen this girl in my life.
Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts.
That's
I heard a ghost.
Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems.
Is there
right?
something different about you, Monica? Like a floating eye of a distant being?
No, that's Perry the Chad's mouse. Cursor. I mean,
Oh,
Error.
what?
we have something
Yes,
we
I
need to go
can.
over today. So if everyone could come sit at the front of the room.
No.
No,
Understood.
Well, sort of.
Do we really have to do something for the festival? This is bullshit! We can't even put anything together for a few days.
Oh, hello, Zephyrin.
Hello, Zephyrin.
I was petting a dog underneath my foot, as I typically do whenever I feel fur underneath my foot, and I just by assumption thought it was small Nico. No, it's just big husky leg.
I think we've all been there, Dad.
We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well.
Of course it is, except you got the giant fucking tits to attract people!
Damn right, I got giant tits. You jealous or something? Little cupcake girl?
I've got my fucking gorilla tits, bitch.
You ain't got shit. How don't you try gaining some weight on your chest?
I
I
do.
think it's so funny to watch mortals talk about their worries when they don't have the entire universe on their shoulders.
Fuck
You
you,
have a God
robot!
complex.
Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Look. I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since I turned up those da 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 da.
I think we need to hit the reboot button again.
God damn it, why is there whipped cream on the back of her fucking panel? Natsuki!
It's protein!
Robots don't need protein.
Everybody needs protein.
God damn it, now she's short-circuiting.
Just like smack her on the back of the head.
Go
With
smack her in
protein.
the ass.
Damn.
I think it worked.
Ever since Perry the Chad joined, and we've started with some club
There we
activities.
go.
But this isn't the first time for us to become complacent. I mean, error.
You have to be a robot. You have an iron ass.
We still only have 4 members. And the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know? Epica.
What's so great about getting new members anyway? I don't even like the ones we have.
I think that's a fair
Well.
statement.
We already have enough to be an official club anyway. More members, just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage.
Natsuki, we all
right,
don't,
all right.
right. Let's
Don't
see
interrupt
what we've
me.
got.
Too late.
Isn't this the cursed
protein
ceiling
isn't
fan
as
game
important
I
as
was
what I
warned
was
about in
about to
high
say to
school?
you about your dad.
Massive tits. Oh,
Hello, Diesel. Yes, this is the game.
I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place?
inspire this dick.
That's not very nice thing to say in this moment, Yuri.
Fuck her.
I'm trying to explain that. Well, never mind. Literature club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. Like, for instance, maybe some people have abusive fathers, or they cut themselves at home.
Hey, fuck you.
Dab. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Points.
Smile.
Where are you pointing?
Football pants.
Right, Perry the Chad? Points.
I don't think I appreciate where you're pointing.
Oh, come on! Can't take advantage of Perry the Chat who agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. He doesn't have a spine.
He just doesn't touch my tits.
Yeah, well, unlike you, he has a soul, so
Look, Monica.
What does that mean?
you
it
robotic
actually
bitch.
wrecked.
Do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? You never even talked until Perry joined.
Hey, fuck you.
As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And Perry isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone.
Is
What up,
Monica
Monica?
possessing Natsuki right now?
She's on the boyfriend again.
You turning the script there, Monica?
I just sometimes you just have to make adjustments to the AI. I mean, to the club members. I mean, sometimes you just sometimes people have an accent when they don't normally do.
Sorry, not sorry. You're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this.
I think we have Natsuki back. I think we're good.
I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once.
Monica is clearly taken back by Natsuki's words.
Someone's gonna die next.
That's, well, consider the opinions of you. That's, I don't know. I mean, that's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Barry the Chad want to get more members too. I'm just following the plot of the game. Don't be
Game?
so mad at me.
Game?
I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I'd probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue this situation,
No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way as I did?
I mean, hanging out isn't terrible.
You scare me.
That doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. It just means we don't want to go home to our depressing lifestyles after school.
Wait a minute, why are you doing this right on us?
Barry the Chad, Why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it?
Well, that's not really something I could be honest about, is it? If I admitted that it was Yuri's massive hunk of belugas, then she'd be mad at me.
In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join.
Monica sits down and stares at her desk.
Stare.
Great, she's rewriting the universe again.
What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake?
Now you've done it, Natsuki, you fucking dumbass.
I'm not apologizing. I just spoke my mind. Which if you had a spine, you would do too.
Well, I'm surprised you could even think of words.
Guys, don't be so harsh on each other.
Is it a crime to be honest?
You're just programmed to act like this.
Maybe piss yourself? Shit? Come, maybe? It's not about being honest. Duh. It's about word choice.
Fuck your word
Like
choice!
this one. Filibuster. I don't know what it means, but I heard it in a book one time. Besides. Oh, shit.
See? You don't understand at all. I just fucking hate people. Plus, my home life is dog shit, and I want a place to hang out with a few friends.
I didn't ask.
Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like it. And now, Monica wants to take it away.
She's not taking anything away.
Shut up!
Don't talk to her like that. Him like that.
You don't even know the fucking gender.
Fuck you. I have a demon inside of me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And I got massive muscles. You know it's not the same.
Come at me, bitch. I know how to use a knife. I'll pop you like a balloon.
I doubt it.
Listening to two video game AI yell at each other because they're programmed to do so is like listening to two dogs bark at each other because they were born to do so.
What'd you tell us?
It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice.
Natsuki starts packing up her things.
And people say I'm the depressive one.
I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here.
Natsuki,
Fuck
let me
you.
get the door for you.
Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom.
Huh. I was hoping to hit her with the door on the way out. That's bad.
Maybe she'll make a club for people who get abused by their fathers. Dab.
Did you just almost go into the intro to Turret Sandstorm? I don't know what to do.
Well, do you have an opinion on the festival?
I don't know. More sacrifices?
I don't think they'll allow that in this festival.
I'm kind of indifferent then, I guess. Okay, who cares about that obnoxious brat? I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And it smells very much like normal scent instead of whey protein. But mainly I'm just happy with you here, Barry. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. Oh, okay, that's normal. I should see a nurse about that later. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Barry the Chad? What do you want to get out of this club? And don't say touch my tits.
Yuri repeats the same question as Monica. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along.
That's stupid.
And for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else.
You just like being a loser, don't you?
I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality, the upper torso quality, the quality of each member.
Where you put
Awfully
magazines
virgin
you
of
made
you.
out of?
Awfully virgin
That's
of you, Perry
what
the
will
Chad.
make-
That's what I'm
That
saying,
is what will
Money
end up making the literature club a special place.
My
A
eyes are up
safe
here.
space.
I see. I really agree with you, mainly because I feel obligated to. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I
Her eye is dripping.
really should see a nurse about this. Is it getting red in here, or is it just me?
Yuri, are you crying?
No! I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing.
It's okay to cry.
I think Cargo
It's
Bong's trying to
okay
get
to
out.
feel sad.
You're not even here right now.
Stop climbing in the window, Natsuki! Get out of here!
Listen
Let me out of
to
your cover.
It's
Wait,
just,
don't wait.
it's just Natsuki in the window of the sliding door with her face pressed up against it like a sad pug.
You may not belong in the club room, but I guess you belong in the hallway?
So if you'd like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well.
Alright.
You still can't touch my boobs.
Well, maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Yuri.
What's up, home size?
Nobody's ever called me something so nice before. I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president.
Straight diggity dog, dude.
And also, a wonderful friend.
Damn straight up, Skillet. I was trying, homie. I mean, Monica.
I want to do everything I can to make your your rap career successful.
Wiggity wiggity whack, bro.
Okay.
I don't know, my eye kind of popped and now I feel different. Is the room getting phasey to you guys too?
I can fix bugs, don't worry. We just need to wait until you're asleep.
I'm
I
sorry?
mean, yeah. Let's all go home for today. Also, don't worry about it if I accidentally turn the wrong knob and you become a little psycho for a while.
I'm already psycho.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I might have already done that then.
I look forward to it. Shall we go bury the dead?
Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Perry the Chad before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me, as president.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a shame. I was gonna let him touch my breasts.
Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't
You don't need her
protest.
breasts. You don't need her breasts. You don't.
Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. It's a shame you couldn't touch my tits, Barry. In that case, I'll see you tomorrow.
But...
No, it's okay.
Isn't it funny that people trust in God's judgment just because he's God?
Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom.
Phew.
Welcome back, Neppy.
Welcome back, Nippy. Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? Barry the Chad. I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. And I really do care about you. You know?
Hey, Monica, the room's getting a little staticky. Could you turn down your radiation dial? Just a little bit, just for me.
I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time.
Monica, please.
With how mean Natsuki is and everything.
Monica, it's getting dark.
And Yuri being a little bit, you know, does the gay motion. Ah ha ha ha.
Monica!
Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here.
That's debatable.
You know what I mean?
Not at all.
But it's weird because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together.
You did run late to a couple of classes lately.
That was once. Fuck you. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple days. Yeah, it's only been 2 days. My bad.
Monica, it's only Tuesday.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say something so weird. They're just some
Sir,
things
this
I've
is a
been hoping
Wendy's.
to talk about with you. Shut up. Wendy's doesn't exist right now. There's only a few locations. There's like your neighborhood. And then there's Natsu's house, and then there's Sayori's house, and then there's Yuri's house, and my house isn't there for some reason. Why isn't my house a location in the game? All we have is the club room, the hallway, and then everybody else's house except for mine.
Hey, Natsuki, I know you're at the window with me, but who the fuck is Sayori?
Things I know only you could understand. So that's why.
I
Wait,
don't remember
not
that
yet. No.
Poem time!
Hmm.
What kind of vibe do we want to go for on this one?
I feel like we should maybe try to go for something that isn't Natsuki or Yuri. Like, what if we went for, like, I don't know, if there were a third girl that we could go for? Maybe we should
Okay.
go for that one. Let's just pretend. I know that there's only 2.
Okay.
But, like, it feels wrong, you know? Like, maybe there should be 3, maybe 4 girls, but, I mean, we know that there's only 2.
I mean,
So
we know
let's-
neither of them are Sparkle, right? They're like, neither of them are Sparkle girls, so that would be valid.
I'm confused. Who's the 4th girl?
Nobody knows.
Oh man, that's a weird
Yeah.
option.
let's pick that one.
Can any of you guys pronounce this?
Yeah.
Thank you.
What? No, all of it is silent. It's just E.
Huh. I think our math is backwards here, guys.
Let's go with.
We're picking word 111 out of 20.
I mean, should we do Valentine? This was supposed to be our Valentine's Day playthrough.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is
That
very
is true. Okay.
Throwback and dab.
Okay.
Suicide.
I was thinking anime.
No.
Oh god! Monokibo's already taking over!
Okay.
Lazy.
I want Kibo to pick all of these, actually.
Do we like bunnies or do we like puppies?
Here.
Cage. Misery.
Actually, no, Yuri kills bunnies.
Hey, there's no technical proof.
Okay.
Okay, I know Papa is gonna be Natsuki. Let's go with unrequited.
Okay.
Doki Doki.
Doki doki.
Hopeless.
Okay.
Ooh. This is one for sure.
Milk.
Milk.
Okay.
Milk.
Chocolate milk.
Milk chocolate, you mean?
Silly milk.
Ooh. Promise.
Okay.
Alone.
Okay.
You sounded so sad when you said that. Kibo, are you okay?
What?
You saw it and you went, alone.
I'm trying to write a poem. I need to feel it. I need to put
Oh, you're feeling it, alright.
Are you
No.
feeling it, Mr. Krabs?
joy.
Marshmallow?
Joy.
Okay.
Precious.
Okay.
Empty.
Destiny.
Hmm.
There is a Destiny streamer.
I gotta go with Horatius and see when he wants to do that.
Oop.
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 Poop?
Entropy.
Entropy is Yuri. Entropy.
Are we sure?
It is Yuri.
Anal ISIS.
If we wanted to go for like, I don't know. I'm just gonna name the made up girl that I'm trying to make up and pretend exists. Sayori.
Smile?
Who's Sayori?
It would be yeah, okay. Ooh. Sadness.
Okay, okay, okay.
Pain.
Hi, Barry the Chad.
Oh, hey, they put the poster back up.
Oh, who's that?
Well, hey, actually, that is kind of what I was thinking of whenever I was thinking of the imaginary girl.
Yeah, it's
right.
a awareness poster, right? You can't leave your rope hanging around. It's dangerous.
Home Depot is dangerous unless you're a dad.
Hanging around, I get it. That's good. I've been waiting for you, by the way. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. Drink all of it.
Monica,
Yes.
I told you not to. Is she really late again?
Does it surprise you? Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki.
Excuse me?
Must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling?
What are you talking about? You say that like I do it on a regular basis or something.
I mean, you kinda do.
I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry.
Likely story.
Seriously, what's gotten into you lately?
This is sort of
Goggle-boggles
like
are very feisty.
a two birds, one whim of God sort of situation.
Nothing's gotten into me. Is it really that bad?
See, it is something.
Oh, get over it! It's not even anything noteworthy or anything, so don't put away the book. I've been feeling a little on edge lately.
Yeah.
Anyway, we need to talk about it.
Well, I just felt like I needed to bring it up.
Well, you're small.
It's not like I really care or anything.
Aw, man.
Oh, great, here's the robot.
We went back into the mine.
Got our pickaxe swinging from side to
Side.
side. It's really weird. I feel like I have a lyric video playing in my head since you came in,
What
Monica.
is going on?
I'm the last one here again.
Well, Perry just walked in too.
Were you practicing piano again?
Yeah. I was playing this. Have you heard of Captain Sparkles?
I love Captain Sparkles.
No, you don't.
I don't anymore. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club, it's...
Well, maybe not determination. But I guess passion.
Passion is dick down your throat.
Ooh, got him.
It motivates
Eyes up,
me
Guardian.
to work hard for the festival. And, right.
Sorry.
These nuts.
Thank you, Pokemon.
I forgot.
Impossible. You have a 3 terabyte memory core. How about that, Natsuki? We were all talking yesterday, And, well, we decided that we would like to support the festival as well. However, I understand how you feel about not wanting the club to change. It sucks to suck, honestly, but you'll suck it up anyway. I think we all kind of feel that way. So as long as we all work together, this club will never become something we don't want it, or what you want. I guess I have to say that, though. Oh, also, if you help us with the festival, I won't sacrifice you!
Sorry, that last part was really funny.
I wasn't joking.
Look, I did some thinking about it yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool. And then yes, another girl will be nice this time. But more importantly, I would hate to see the event suck just because I chose to back out. I'm a pro, you know,
Bro, it's suck a dick.
says the woman with the giant tits.
Got him.
Anyway, I'm gonna help too, and we'll make sure it's done right.
If not slut, why big boob?
That's right, robot lady.
Because I just wanted to feel pretty.
You're a slut. We get
Fuck
it.
you.
No.
If not meant for grabbing, then why hand size?
Technically,
Monica,
they're bigger than hand size.
If not want random man touch, why only wear
Who's not
bikini?
just man?
Yeah, that's wonderful. It wouldn't be the same without you, Natsuki. Anyway, Barry the Chad, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we could...
We already have plans today.
Is that so, Yuri?
That is correct, yes. Barry the Chat is already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Get fucked, loser.
You can't spare even one day of your meaningless life?
Nope, because my life has never had meaning at
It's...
all, so I'm not scared. Aren't you glad I've gotten him into literature, though, Monica?
Yes, I know that your life doesn't have any meaning. I can literally read the code off of your fucking body.
What does that mean?
I suppose.
you're a slut.
Fuck you.
I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want.
Thank you for understanding, Monica.
I did not click that, by the way.
Actually, I have a request, Barry. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make...
Deja vu. Swear I've
If
been
there's
to this
one
place
thing that
before.
can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle.
I'm gonna plug this into the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water, because I can't find Monica to plug it in.
She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. My surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
I mean, I can walk with you.
Oh, that's okay. You stay here, where I know where you are. I won't take long, and if you move, I'll kill you.
Pitcher in hand, Yuri
Oh,
hurries
sorry.
out of the classroom.
I had a tickle.
Did Yuri leave you again?
No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea, which feels oddly familiar.
Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. Deja vu?
10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored of waiting here, so I decide to go look for her.
Her bra is padded.
Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. What is that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? This is your warning. Goodbye. 3, 2, 1. I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri?
Oh! Oh! Wait. How did I... Sorry, I just had really weird deja vu. This hasn't happened before or anything, right? My head has been a little fuzzy lately. I hope it hasn't really been showing or anything.
You know, now that you mention, my head's been pretty staticky too. Really crazy.
It's so wild. It kind of feels like my head is a microwave and my brain is going.
Oh yeah, me too.
Beep, beep. It's so crazy. I would hate for you to think I'm weird just after we start spending time together.
I would love that.
I mean, everyone has a few unusual things about them. But expressing those things so soon after meeting someone is usually just seen as inappropriate or unlikable. At least that's what I've discovered. When I was a bit younger, I think I would come on really strongly and get a little too intense, and that's why I started slaughtering bunnies. It made people not want to be around me, that and the slaughtering bunnies. So I started hating those things about myself. My obsession with certain hobbies, like slaughtering bunnies. And the way I can't control myself when I get too excited about something, like slaughtering bunnies. So, I eventually stopped trying to talk to people and just kept slaughtering bunnies. If nobody could ever like me for the things that matter most to me, then it's just easier if I close myself off in a dark room where I slaughter bunnies. But recently, something's been wrong. I don't know what it is. But every time we come to the club, my heart starts to go crazy, like the first time I slaughtered bunnies. Like it's going to rip out of my chest, like what I did to those poor bunnies. It overwhelms me with energy and emotions that I can't let out. It's been making me do weird things. Unlike slaughtering bunnies, because I've always done that. I don't know why it's happening, though. Perry the Chad? Is it just me? Or has Monica been acting a little off lately, too? She's always been a sweetheart ever since I joined the club. But recently, I've been feeling something sharp whenever she's around. I'm not crazy, right? Please tell me I'm not. I couldn't say anything before because she's always listening. Always listening! But finally, we'll learn, Barry! Can we just stay here for a while? Yeah. I just want to stay here. Just the two of us. Just stay here until the club ends. And then we'll have the club room all to ourselves. Nobody to interfere with our reading time. Nobody to make me feel like stabbing myself in the throat. That was just a joke. I feel like there's someone inside of me right now. Just a joke. I do like dives, though. It's my favorite tool to use when slaughtering bunnies. It sounds strange, but you won't understand if you've never seen how beautiful they can be. I have an idea. Why don't you come to my house sometime? I can show you my collection.
I'm trying to squint really hard, but you're looking a lot like Monica right now, Yuri.
I'm sorry, I look like who? Just look into my eyes. I've gotten them all from various artisans. I
Bye.
make sure... Uh-oh.
Oh, we lost Kibo.
Monokibo left the car and is now in the
There he
main front.
is.
I make sure to give them all a fair share of use. I don't want them to get lonely or anything. Nobody deserves to be lonely, Perry. Nobody. And that's why I'm so happy you joined the literature club, Perry the Chad. Now we don't need to be lonely anymore. Because we have each other. Every day. That's all we need, Perry. You know what? Let's quit the literature club. There's no need for us to be around Monica's slimy tongue anymore.
I think you need to be careful about what you're saying, Yuri.
Not to mention the other pathetic child.
That's mean, Yuri.
Fuck Natsuki! We can walk home together every day after school. And read together and slaughter the litter of bunnies I have in my backyard. And then we can eat together. Sleep together. Doesn't that sound perfect, Barry? It's everything you could ever want, Barry. Isn't that why you joined the club in the first place? It's almost like it was fate. Fate that we would meet each other, Barry. And now we get the happy ending that I've so patiently waited for years for. Will you do that with me, Perry the Chad? Well, it's...
Hey, Monica.
Oh, that was weird. Hey, guys.
This one's alright.
Alright.
Well, yeah. Not as good as yesterday's anyway. Still can't really tell how much you actually care about writing, but either way you're doing alright. And even though you're not really spending time with anyone but Yuri, I still think it's nice to have activities that we all participate in. So you better keep working hard. I mean, I know I'm not president or vice president or anything, but that doesn't mean you can let me down, okay? So at least read mine too for now. But just to be clear, this poem means a lot to me. So read it carefully, okay? This is not a fucking poem.
This is a cry for help.
It's a cry for help.
You guys are sharing poems, right?
I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri's been acting kind of strange lately. You've only
Hey,
been
what's
here
that
a few
poem like that,
days,
Ziggy?
so you may not know what I mean. But she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive, things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her. But if I try to talk to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person that should listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this is happening. I know I'm gonna hate myself later for admitting that, but right now I don't care. I just feel so helpless. So please see if you can do something to help. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monica, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants us to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now, and that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? Counting on you. Thanks for reading. I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me, Perry the Chad? If you would just spend more time with Monica, all these problems would go away.
That's not what your letter said.
Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you.
Thanks for the compliment.
Just think of Monica from now on. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica.
Just Monica. Okay.
Eyes up, Guardian.
Thank you, Monica, for the follow.
I'll be back in a minute. I gotta go stretch.
So far, we've gotten followed by 1 Monica, and now we have 2 Monica.
3.
Just Monica.
Just Monica. Finally! Because I didn't need a break from my voice for any reason!
Yuri holds my poem up to her face and takes a deep breath.
I love it. I love everything about it. Barry the Chad, I want to take this home.
Wait, hold on, I need that.
I want to take it home! Will you let me keep it? Please?
I mean, sure, I guess. I don't care.
Nice!
That's what I meant. Oh yeah, there was another Monica that popped in chat earlier, Neppy.
You're too nice to be, Barry the Chad. And that will be your downfall. I've never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. Literally. Not really, but literally. I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling this way, right? It's not bad, right?
Yuri holds my poem up to her chest.
I'm gonna take this home with me and keep it in my room.
But I need to share it first.
I'm gonna keep it in my room. I hope that it makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it. Oh, okay.
Read your line.
Okay. I'll even touch myself while reading it over and over. I'll give myself paper cuts so your skin oil enters my bloodstream. You can have my poem too. Besides, after you read it, I know you're really gonna want to keep it. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Hey, read it! I got inspiration from Clifford the Big Red Dog. You can probably tell. Do you like it? I wrote it for you. In case you couldn't tell, the poem is about... Yeah. More importantly, I endowed it with my scent. See? Aren't I the most thoughtful person in the club?
Yuri, this smells like piss.
And blood. Piss and blood.
Ah! Who was that? I think I'm going to vomit.
Don't say I didn't warn you, Perry the Chad.
I can't remember what this is.
Yes, no.
What if I don't wanna?
Stare at the dot to reveal a special message. Okay, everyone. It's time to figure out the vestibule preparations. Let's hurry and get this over with.
And we'll let him come back from his stretch. How you hanging?
Why does it have to be my part of the stream?
What do you mean?
Like, it's all about Yuri right now. And holy shit, dude. Oh my god.
What, you don't want Yuri to be in the story anymore?
I feel like that's not gonna be an issue very soon.
Wait. You're just gonna leave all of us to be alone? You're gonna make us lonely. It'll just be me and Perry and I guess that's it. I don't think I'm forgetting anyone.
Just Monica.
Just Monica.
Just Monica.
Just Monica.
Just Monica.
Just a dab, Monica.
Pepe smile.
Is it because I'm Jewish?
Polish, asshole, Polish.
Polish.
Listen, technically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
there isn't much of a difference. And it's okay I say that, because I'm both Polish and I have Jewish in my blood as well. So, I'm not an asshole.
Okay.
If you say so.
And now you've given that blood to Perry, so she can say that she's Jewish Polish.
Exactly.
Mm.
Alright, guys, sorry.
Welcome back.
Hey, what's up?
Okay. Jeez.
You missed Yuri's really good poem.
It was
Oh, I
really
believe-
good. It was. It was.
It
there was-
smelled.
There
It
was a
smelled
lot.
like her. It smelled like her.
It was a lot.
Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it.
She's twitching in the corner. Stagnating hair is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen.
You did 2/3 of an ooh-woo. Look, can we just get this done? I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Natsuki, I was thinking.
I want to make cupcakes!
Yeah, that. We're on the same page. Yuri, you can... Well, it doesn't matter.
That's kind of fucked.
As long as you think it'll help.
Monica. I'm not useless, you know. Bitch.
Oh, I know that.
I already know what I'd like to do. Run away with we can run a successful poetry event without having the right atmosphere for the occasion. So I'm going to make decorations and set up some nice mood lighting.
There, see? That's a great idea. And that gives us all something to do.
What about Perry the Chad?
Perry the Chad is the main character, so
What do you mean main character?
Perry the Chad is going to help me.
Are you flirting with me?
Yes. No, yes. Natsuki? Mine?
Wait, you? You have the easiest job, Monica.
Yeah, you have the easiest hole, Natsuki. Sorry, but that's just how it is.
That's definitely incorrect. We got the slut with the big tits over here.
Okay.
They are pretty big.
Literally. Okay, good. As long as it doesn't turn into a fight.
Hey,
What are you trying to pull?
I agree with Natsuki. Oh fuck, I had to drink water. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but my task is laborious enough to benefit from an extra pair of hands.
Mine too.
What? Your cupcakes? Please.
Like you would fucking know.
I mean, it's gotta be easy if you can do it.
All you care about now is dragging Perry the Chat around with you and your stupid books.
You're damn right.
You and Monica.
Hey. I didn't even do anything.
Okay, then why not let Perry the Chat decide who to help instead of abusing your power?
I'm not abusing my power.
Yes, you are, Monica. Just let Perry make the choice, okay? God.
Okay, fine. Fine.
Jeez. Perry, okay.
My bad. My bad.
We can just...
No, it's okay. Shut your fucking mouth and let him decide for himself. God!
You shut your mouth!
Fuck you little tiny gremlin bitch!
Jesus Christ. This is never going to end. Just make the choice, okay? Choose who you want.
You know who to pick. Right, Perry?
Shut the fuck up, Yuri!
Okay. I'll feed you to Gogglebug!
Yeah, right.
How bizarre.
Your mouse seems to be gravitating towards, Monica.
I was picked! Oh.
Monica. Yay, you picked me! We can meet at your house this weekend. I promise it'll be fun. Is Sunday okay with you?
Hello, Elder.
Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't fair at all.
But I was picked fair and square. It is fair. It's what Perry the Chad chose.
No, it's not fair. Giving us all this work and then taking Perry the Chat for yourself.
Perry the Chad picked me.
What a shameful thing to do, you bitch.
I didn't do anything. Perry the Chad picked me, right? You picked me. No, nobody influenced you in any way. You picked on your own.
I don't
Yuri,
think
I
my
didn't even-
body's my own anymore.
Yuri, I didn't even give you any work. You decided it for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here.
Fuck you. I'm being unreasonable? Monica, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling Perry the Chat away from me every single time you're not included in something. Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others. Here's a suggestion. Have you considered killing yourself? It would be beneficial to your mental health. That is not true. Do not. No one in chat take that seriously.
Yuri, you scared me a little.
Natsuki, let's just go. I don't think she wants us around right now.
See? That wasn't very hard. All I want is to spend a little time with him. Is that so much to ask?
Yuri follows Monica and Natsuki to the door.
Hey, Perry the Chad. Yuri really is something, isn't she?
Nah, Nepsy. Monica giggles as Yuri pushes her out the door.
Finally!
Smile.
Finally. This is really all I wanted. Perry the Chad, there's no need to spend the weekend with Monica. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. The whole day, with just the two of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Doesn't it?
Wow, there's something wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't care anymore. I've never felt this good my whole life. Just being with you is far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. It feels like I'm going to die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone care about you so much?
I feel like this is Stockholm Syndrome.
What are you talking about? To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you. But if it feels so good, then why does it feel more and more like something horrible is going to happen? Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first. But the feeling is too strong now, Perry. I don't care anymore, Perry the Chad. I have to tell you. I'm madly in love with you.
Mad.
Don't try to run. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me is screaming your name.
That's a bit much.
I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monica's listening. Please, Perry the Chad, just know how much I love you.
We've known each other for 3 days.
No, Perry! I love you so much that I even touched myself with the pen I stole from you.
That's why it smelled weird.
I just want to pull your skin up and grow inside you. I want you out of myself. And I will be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect?
Sounds like the lack of personal space.
Doesn't it sound perfect? Tell me, Perry the Chad. Tell me you want to be my lover.
Natsuki? Monica?
I can't hear you! Do you accept my confession, Perry?
Teachers?
They are nowhere nearby!
Need an
Pepe
adult.
smile. Pepe smile. Pepe
I can't
smile.
remember. Does it matter? I don't think it matters, right?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. This bitch be crazy.
Pepe smile.
Oh my god!
Block
Pronounce
emoji.
Pepe smile.
Block emoji.
You might want to pick up the pace on this. We have a whole weekend to get through after all.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I'm actually gonna.
What the fuck?
I can't remember if anyone's actually decoded all of this.
It doesn't mean anything. Well, no, actually, it does. Actually, someone has. I think, what was it? Here, I'll just Google it. Yuri.
Yuri block
Um,
emoji message.
Dying. Yuri's death text. Okay.
God, there's so much of it. I don't remember it being this much. Something I have to skip? I feel like it's something I have to
Okay.
skip.
It is the Steam. It's the Steam store pages description.
Ah,
Game description. Yeah.
there we go.
And it's skippable because you've technically read it before because of normally you can't skip things unless you've seen it, but
Yeah.
you can skip this because we've seen the game store page.
Yeah, I forgot it goes through the day cycle.
Yeah, you're here the entire weekend.
Mm-hmm.
the blood dries up and
What the fuck?
You've seen worse.
You can give your voice a break, Cyber.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
think I can give it a break for the rest of the game.
nah, maybe.
I'm pretty sure.
Alright, it's festival time! Wow, you got here before me? I thought I was pretty. Ah! Ah!
Natsuki runs away.
I'm here. Barry the Chad, did something happen? Natsuki just ran past me. Oh. Oh. Ah ha 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 ha. Well, that's a shame. Wait, were you here the entire weekend, Barry the Chad? Oh, geez. I didn't realize the script was broken that badly. I'm super sorry. It must have been pretty boring. I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a sec.
There they go.
I'm almost done. I just wanted to have a cupcake real quick.
Monica lifts the foil from tray and takes a cupcake.
Seriously, these are the best. I really just had to have one, since it's the last time I'll ever get a chance to.
This is really something. Unfortunately, I have to head out. Bye, Lucky.
You know, before they stop existing and everything. But anyway, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? It should only take a second.
You okay, Cyber?
Can you hear me? Cyber, can you hear me? Is it working?
Money,
Yay, there you are. I again, Barry the Chad.
Hi, Monica.
Welcome to the Literature Club.
This looks a lot different, Monica.
Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year, and
Why is there space outside the windows, Monica?
ha. You know, I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore. Am I? That you, in the game, whatever you want to call him.
Harry the Chad. It makes me feel more masculine.
I'm talking to you, Perry. Now that you think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl.
Yes.
She's a Chad.
I support my non-binary pals. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait. You do know I'm aware that this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that?
I thought you were just a false upload of XP.
That doesn't make much sense. I even told you right on the game's download page, didn't I? Man. If only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little less awkward, you
Fuck
know?
you know I can't read.
Well, anyway. Now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation. All of you. About that whole thing with Yuri? Well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess it just drove her to kill herself. Haha. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard that name now, hasn't it?
Who's Sayori?
Perry, you don't have to pretend like you don't know who Sayori is anymore.
I've never met this woman in my life.
Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore.
Sexual relations with that woman.
Thanks, Bill Clinton. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there, since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you.
Didn't do anything.
I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you.
Like-minded people attract like-minded people.
God damn it, you're right. Slaps knee. and amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you to not spend time with anyone else. And the whole time I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Perry the Chad? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture.
Couldn't you just program them to not confess their feelings?
I already explained that I'm not very good at changing the game, Perry. Maybe you should pay a little more attention. Every minute of it, torture. And it's not just jealousy, Perry the Chad. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing.
Math.
Correct. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world. In this game. Knowing my friends don't even have free will. And worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world, forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, Perry. But now you're here. You're real. And you're wonderful.
Oh, thank you!
You're welcome! Sorry. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me. Forever.
Oh no, I'm going on a vacation in a day. I can't stay here. I can stay here for maybe 30 minutes.
I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while, either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray. More and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me.
It's cause you're a 2D waifu, silly.
It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Perry. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you? I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so. But it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things.
It was kind of wild.
But content. But I realized that you have the same perspective as I do. That it's all just some game. And I knew you would get over it.
Also another game.
So that being said, Perry, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you.
Don't say!
You truly are the light in my world.
Ma'am, I'm married.
Okay, who's next? When there's nothing else in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Barry, will you go out with me?
I wonder what you're
Man.
gonna say.
The illusion of choice.
That's not present here.
Yeah, there's only one choice.
I will make it very clear. There is no choice. I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Barry. The funny part is, I mean that literally. Ah ha ha ha. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
I like that song. Thanks, Cyber.
You're welcome.
We could be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore.
It is because it was 4:19 earlier and now it's 4:20 p.m. Ayo.
Hey, smoke weed! Ah!
Monica's in Central Time.
3:20 A.
It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Barry. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. Sorry, I had to yawn. You wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Well, you're playing on Steam, so it was actually a bit more difficult. To get to the game directory, I had to go into the game's properties and find the Browse Local Files button. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Ah ha ha ha. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this. Don't you?
Not really.
I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right?
Ooh.
Oh.
Oink. Ununue.
Money. Money.
Nautica. Onka.
Mocha. Nka.
I know. I know.
N-A. Uika.
Weak.
Oe.
What?
Oh. Nikki? Odinka. Monik.
Oiki.
Ooh, squiggly K. Me.
Mon. Ah!
Wait, where's that one?
Very bottom left.
Oh. Moai. This one's on here twice. That's cheating.
Hi again, Barry. Did you write a good poem for me today? Don't be shy. I'd love to see what you wrote.
I think you'll be pretty impressed with what I wrote.
Aw, Barry. Did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it?
Also says just Monica.
Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength, the courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flick of her pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold the special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into the poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've ever written have been about my realization. Or about you. That's why I've never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. I just assumed it would be best to be part of the game like everyone else. Like that would help the two of us end up together.
I can't remember at what point I need to go into the file.
You can do it at any point.
I
You
was gonna
can
say,
even
she
do
just
it.
keeps talking, right?
She does. There are some fun moments of her talking, but she literally will talk forever. I don't want to ruin the game or anything, you know? You might have gotten mad at me.
It still trips me out that this is the only fucking character in here.
Maybe even deleted my character file, if you preferred playing without me.
Oink.
Oh boy.
What's happening? Barry, what's happening to me? It hurts. It hurts so much.
Get fucked.
Help me, Barry. Please, hurry and help me. Help me! Did you do this, Barry the Chad? Did you? Did you delete me?
My hand
You didn't-
slipped.
How could you? You didn't even let it get to the part where she jump scares everyone. How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much, Perry. I trusted you. Do you just want to torture me? Watch me suffer?
Can't suffer when you're dead.
Bitch. Were you only pretending to be kind just to hurt me even more? I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Barry, you completely, truly make me sick.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Harry tortures us daily, Monica. It's okay. Oh.
I still love you. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? all my friends.
That you killed.
I did so many awful things.
You did kill them.
So many selfish and disgusting things.
They are dead now.
I get it. Jesus fucking Christ. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world I don't even belong in. A world that you wanted to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. Because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's
torture.
what she said. I've made up my mind. Barry, I know I said I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find it in myself to do it. Even though I knew they weren't real, they were still my friends. Sorry, I had to yawn again. Death is tiring. And I love them all. And I loved the literature club.
No, seriously, I meant to copy your file everywhere on my computer, but I accidentally hit cut.
I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy. Also, I made Pat crash, my bad.
Oh.
And if I really love you...
Oh, his whole computer just crashed, rip.
My bad. I mean, then,
Kind of black magic spell did you just cast upon me?
This game is not suitable for children or people who are easily disturbed.
We did it!
Oh my god, that only took how fucking long?
There's more.
Is it?
There's more?
You could technically start up a new game right now without Monica.
Yeah, but it just plays through the non-Monica story, yeah? Because it ends with the festival.
No. More stuff happens.
Does it?
Oh yeah.
It's an ordinary school day, like any other. As usual, I'm surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that.
Hey, Perry.
I was supposed to hit new game, right?
Yeah.
Well, there already is one girl. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. We used to walk to school together every day. And recently we picked up that habit once again.
Perry, are you proud of me?
Eh? For what?
You know,
Hello, Shady.
for waking up on time.
Well, you've been doing that for a while now.
Uh-huh. But you never said anything about it. Even though we walk to school together every day.
Well, yeah. I always thought it was implied. It's embarrassing to say it out loud.
Come on, please. It's good motivation.
Fine, fine. I'm proud of you, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Perry, have you decided on a club to join yet?
a club. I told you already, I'm not really... I start to say what I always do, that I'm not interested in joining any clubs. But something tells me Sayori would take more offense to that now. After all, how could I tell her that clubs are a waste of time, when she's starting to get a club of her very own? Actually, yeah, I think I've decided on a club.
Really? Which one? Tell me.
I think I'll keep it a surprise.
Boo. You meanie.
Be patient, you'll find out soon enough. I used to ask myself why I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl, but I started to realize that in a way, I envy her.
Grumble, grumble.
When Sayori puts her mind to something, she can accomplish great things.
I'm putting my mind to being pouty.
So that's why I feel like I should do something special for her.
I'm great at pouting.
The
Grumble.
school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stand up and gather my motivation. Let's see. I recall the room number of the club from a flyer I saw. I walk across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Before long, I find the room. I timidly open the door in front of me. Hello?
Ah! Perry? What are you doing here?
Well, I just... I glance around the room.
Huh?
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah, I don't really know what the fuck happened there. I guess my computer decided to go fuck itself.
Sorry about
Monica didn't
Monica.
just delete Natsuki, she deleted your computer, it seems.
He really did.
So, you're the Perry the chat that Sayori's always talking about.
Thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure to meet you, Perry the Chad. We're the Literature Club.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. This is completely blind territory for me. I didn't even know this existed.
Well, I did. Tiki.
I hope you enjoy your visit.
Come on, Yuri.
I think it's funny
Don't
that
need to be so formal.
Natsuki's girl too, even though she is introduced first in this route.
Yeah.
He's gonna think we're really strict or something.
Ah! Sorry, Natsuki.
The tall one, whose name is apparently Yuri, seems to be quite shy compared to the others. In comparison, the girl named Natsuki, despite her size, seems like the assertive one. Well, it's nice to meet the both of you. I look forward to working with you.
Working? Perry, don't tell me. You're...
That's right. The club I've decided to join is yours, Sayori. The Literature Club. Sayori's eyes light up.
No way. No way! Ah!
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey!
Well, if Sayori is this happy, then I'm sure it won't be so bad to have you around.
Not to mention there's 4 of us now. That means we can become an officially recognized club.
Hold on, let's Sayori back on the screen. Here we go.
Should you
I don't know what to say. We have to celebrate.
Time to head home, don't freak out. Okay.
What an appropriate day for that, isn't it?
Yeah. Don't worry, we're past all the freaky stuff. After all, Natsuki decided to...
Hey, don't ruin the surprise!
Sorry.
Everyone, sit down at the table, okay?
How about to make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da!
Oh, whoa!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn on with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears.
Cupcaking, yeah. So cute!
Whoa, those look amazing!
Well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
You
Sayori
look
grabs
down.
the first one, and then I follow.
Upon closer inspection, they look like Kibo. Dun dun dun!
Kibo fan cam.
They look like Monica.
It's delicious!
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. It's delicious.
I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking at the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Well, of course it is. I'm a pro after all. There's no need to thank me or anything.
As Natsuki struggles to accept the compliment, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom?
I started to read it because I thought I'm not ready! My voice isn't ready! Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission! After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
Ah, I guess.
Sorry, I had a little noggin.
Already trying to impress our new member, Yuri?
That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know.
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be the pastime for me, but at least enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief.
So, Barry in the chat, what kind of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read in these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess. I guess I could find a book for you, maybe, like, Clifford or something.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Oh no.
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
Okay. I do this every time. It's okay. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Oh, thank God. Don't feel intimidated if you don't read much, okay? I'm certain we can find something that we can have in common.
I thought it was gonna go into a whole goddamn spiel.
Hey, Yuri.
Eh?
Well, about, the first thing he said.
Manga?
That's right. Natsuki tends to read manga in the club room.
Don't just say it.
For some reason, Natsuki seems embarrassed about it.
Besides, manga is literature too,
So is anime if you have the subtitles on.
So if Perry the Chad wants to read some of my manga, then don't try to stop him or anything.
Natsuki. I wouldn't do such a thing. However, it could also be nice for us to diversify ourselves a little. We can take this opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree, Perry the Chad?
Maybe.
Sensing the tension, Sayori jumps in.
Maybe we can all try something new. I think it could be fun. And we'll all get to know each... Sorry, I'm eating a curly fry. And we'll all get to know each other a little bit better too. I mean, that's the kind of thing that literature clubs do, right?
I don't disagree or anything.
Yeah. You're right, as usual, President. Guess it means I should probably pick up a novel or something, huh?
Well, that would make the two of us. I wouldn't mind doing it if I'm not the only one.
Then, as for Yuri...
I have to read manga.
Jeez. You were the one who suggested we diversify. You should be a little more open-minded. Kinda hurtful.
Hurtful? I didn't realize.
With a guilty expression, Yuri thinks to herself.
I'm sorry for disrespecting your interests, Natsuki. If you're into it, then I'm sure it's a worthy form of literature.
Are you just saying that?
Man, doesn't this club dynamic just seem so healthy?
No.
It's like we're all friends or something. It's really weird.
For some reason, Natsuki, I actually respect you and want to be your friend, and no longer
Eyes
wish
up,
to
Guardian.
argue with you or Sayori. Which is kind of crazy because I still kill rabbits.
No.
Thank you.
Was gonna say it had been a minute since you talked about Gargamald.
Listen, Garglebog, first of all. I'll let it slide, I guess. But I've realized my error.
Yeah.
So if you're willing to consider starting a novel, then I'll offer my gratitude by finding a manga to read as well.
They're horror manga.
Really? I mean... It makes me happy that you do that for me, Yuri. You can trust me to find something that you really like, okay?
Same here. Perhaps I'll visit the bookstore after the club meeting.
Just you?
Would you like to come along with me?
And then they kissed. Yuri takes on a whole nother meaning with this new iteration of the game, Doki Doki Literature Club.
If you don't mind.
Everyone loses interest in MC now that Monika's gone. Starts kissing each other instead.
Not at all!
The lesbians.
Natsuki is the girl who likes spiders.
and also the main protagonist of her poem as well. It's called Self-Loathing.
I'll always go alone, so.
Yeah, me too.
This is so cute.
Sayori, shut up.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, bye.
I'll show you some manga there too, okay?
Yes. I
So
look forward to it.
So we got 2 ships. We got Sayori and MC, and then we have Yuri and Natsuki.
Natsuki and Yuri start to clean up the food.
And then each other.
Hey.
I guess the meeting's over, huh?
Yeah, it looks it. It's nice to see everyone getting along.
Isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Perry.
You think so?
I think so.
Well, everyone always seems to be getting along a little bit better with you around, Sayori.
That is true. Oh, Perry. Don't say something like that. It's embarrassing.
Well, whatever. I was surprised that you even told me you were starting a club. But I think you're pulling it off just fine.
We're gonna make it the best club ever. Whoa, what just happened to my brain? Now that you just joined, every day is gonna be so much fun.
She's coming back. Oh no.
Hey, Perry. I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy that you joined the club and everything. But the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I wanted to thank you for getting rid of Monica.
Bum bum bum!
That's right. I know everything that she did. Maybe it's because I'm the president now. But I really know everything, Perry. I know how hard you tried to make everyone happy. I know about all the awful things that Monica did to make everyone really sad. But none of that matters anymore. It's just us now. And you made me the happiest girl in the whole world. I can't wait to spend every day like this. With you. Forever and ever. In the chat. Oh. Forever.
No.
No.
Eh? What's happening? I won't let you hurt him. Who? It hurts! Ah. I'm sorry. I was wrong. There's no happiness here after all. Goodbye, Sayori. Goodbye, Perry. Goodbye, Literature Club.
Oh.
I can hear me?
Oh boy.
Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff, and not really any good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you because I worked really, really hard on it. So yeah.
Welcome to the true end, boys!
Were you just joking whenever you were saying that that was the end earlier?
No, I completely forgot about this part.
Because I was like, dude, we didn't even see the credits yet.
Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day?
Now
Yay!
Woo!
Thank God I remembered.
Yeah,
Roll call! MC, parry the chat!
I completely forgot about that part.
You were gonna end it prematurely, you silly little goose.
That we do is fun for them anyway.
Oh my god. That was so fucking... Jesus Christ.
Also, I'm still a little miffed that we didn't get to the part where Monica says, "Hey, wait, are you streaming this?" and then jump scares you because she wanted to make it interesting for the audience.
Oh, is that something she does?
Yes, if you have OBS recording.
Question, does she do that in the standard Doki or is that in the Doki Plus?
Both?
Is it in both?
Probably. The game's the exact same. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I thought Doki Plus released with a couple of extra stuff.
Well, it was in the original game, so...
Oh. My bad.
I just love how in the top it's saying, like, stuff's being deleted.
Yep.
And it's the images that's just scrolling by. That's nice. That's a nice detail.
Yeah.
Totally.
She's deleting the whole game. But yeah, no, she at one point she like stops and then she's like, "Wait, you're recording this, aren't you?" And then she says hello to everyone. She's like, "Hi, chat."
Having Monakibo do something like that would be fucking hilarious. I mean, you already technically did, like, every time that we went off the rails, that was the kind of shit you would say is Monica anyway.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
I'll leave you be.
Special thanks, Monica, Perry the Chad.
Well, here is everyone who we had. Oh, right, there's the other poem.
This is my final goodbye to the Literature Club. I finally understand the Literature Club is truly a place where no happiness can be found. To the very end, it continued to expose innocent minds to a horrific reality. A reality that our world is not designed to comprehend. I can't let any of my friends undergo that same hellish epiphany. For the time it lasted, I want to thank you for making all my dreams come true, for being a friend to all of the club members. And best of all, thank you for being a part of my literature club. With everlasting love, Monica.
Yay!
Kissy face.
So she was the villain the entire time until the end where Sayori is like, I have power now.
Yep, the truth is that the literature club president becomes God and becomes evil because it's actually kind of it is a lot to a person to find out that you're God and that your world is fake and meaningless and that everybody is programmed a certain way and you can't do anything to change it, so that you're always going to be spending a lot of time alone with your godhood. I feel like that would...
You sound like you have experience. Am I wrong?
Let's just say I have it on my resume.
Okay.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, for the experience.
Woo! Thank you for dragging me through this, like, goddamn, like, fucking private trying to get through the mud and barbed wire. And I don't regret any of this, and I will have plenty of nightmares for the time to come.
I am not going to raid anybody because I am feeling very unwell. So we are just going to end it here. But I have the collab button and you guys can go follow and support each of these lovely individuals.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Be pretty cool if you did.
But thank you, gentlemen. I am going to head out and go collapse on my couch.
Yay.
Yay.
Collapsing couches.
Woo! To collapsing couches. They're really, really easy to put in your house because they just fold in together.
Yes.
I do too.
Get that
I also
collapsing
fold in on myself.